Making money with art can feel terribly overwhelming when starting out. I mean, tell your high school counselors that you want to make a living with art. Chances are they will most probably tell you to become a teacher or to do something with design like fashion design or graphic design, or they will tell you to become a modern artist and exhibit in galleries. Well, the good news today is that there are plenty of ways to make money with illustration in more unconventional ways. Here's an overview of 17 art opportunities that you can pursue, whether it's full-time or as a side gig. Conventions are my favorites because of the freedom they grant you. Basically, you sit at a table at the so-called artist alley and you can sell your own products, art prints, books, merch, whatever you feel like producing. It gives you complete freedom on what you can produce and sell and allows you to be in direct contact with potential customers and get your work noticed. If you already have your own products, why not put them in an online store? Some creators use platforms like Etsy or Store Envy. Others host their own art store on their website to have complete ownership and control. I definitely recommend this option as it allows you to sell on autopilot outside of events with products that you already have from your conventions. If you still want to sell products but without storing and producing them, or you want to have some special products which are too expensive to get produced in small quantities, then you can use societies like Redbubble, Society6, Imprint, etc. You just upload your designs and the company takes care of the whole process: selling, printing and shipping. Once again, people can find your artwork online and you don't need to put in any specific work afterwards. Moving to books like manga, comics, children's books, illustrated books, pretty much anyone can do it nowadays. You just type self-publishing in Google and you'll get so many different websites. Some allow you to sell your book on their platform and connect to Amazon, and you can order in bulk at a discounted price to sell at conventions, on your online shop, or even ask for signing sessions at local bookstores. Maybe you're into books, but you don't want to have all the work by yourself, so in that case, working with a publisher could be a great idea. As an illustrator, you can team up with an author to illustrate their stories. Children books, educational school books, comic pages, or just book covers. There are so many new books every year, and every book needs at least a cover. For the mangaka among you, the best option would be to go to Japan to start working as an assistant and to get serialized in a magazine afterwards. No, just joking. Actually, it's more difficult to live with manga here in Europe, but it is possible. Some publishers accept submissions if you look up their homepage. Others even host contests for new talents, like the French Qun's yearly Tremplin Manga. If you're a digital artist, you might consider webtoons or webcomics. On the free side, you can hope to monetize your work if you get enough ad views or tips by readers on Tapas, for instance. Depending on the quality, you might get noticed or submit your series to become a featured artist, meaning you produce a chapter each week and get paid for this, also on Tapas or Webtoon. Editorial illustration is kinda a mix between commissions and publishing, where you basically illustrate for magazines. Usually it's an article by a journalist and you're required to create a visually appealing artwork to draw the reader's attention to it. It can also be a weekly or monthly comic or caricatures. So, how about commissions? The probably easiest way we can all get started is with small private commissions. Illustrators often offer them on their website, like portraits, character designs during people's OCs, greeting cards for weddings. There's really no limit to what people can ask you. On the other hand, we have advertising and commercial commissions. And here we're really talking about much bigger scale projects and higher budgets. On the advertising part, we can have flyers, posters, logos, visit cards. On the more commercial side, we have packagings for pretty much everything. Just go to the supermarket and see how many illustrated packagings you can find. If anyone tells me there's not enough work for illustrators, then I really don't know what they're looking at. And no matter your art style, there's surely an industry for you. Beauty, food, toys, games, and more. Less known from the general public, corporate illustration is basically illustrations that are internal for a specific company. For instance, they need an illustrated welcome brochure for new employees or Christmas greeting cards, for which illustration is still required, even though the general public doesn't see it. A different kind of commissions is creating a stationery line. Companies often look for new products, including notepads, postcards, washi tape, stickers, journals. Just have a look at brands like Gorgeous. They even went further with bags, mugs, and so much more. Now, if you're into people and portraits, why not trying to be a live cartoonist? You can offer portraits along with your regular products at cons, or you can work for various clients, private and corporate, to draw at events, birthdays, celebrations, weddings, whatever. Usually people love it, as it offers the guests a unique souvenir. If you like teaching, then teach! You can offer some private workshops at your own place, or have some public ones with libraries, schools, art stores, and general companies. Often, schools are looking for special animations at the end of the trimesters when students are tired and need some fun. You can also get some bigger contracts, for instance for a full school year or for special projects which require more than just a single lesson. If teaching is your thing but you're shy in front of a class, then you can teach online. Websites like Skillshare allow you to host your own courses so that anyone worldwide can access it. All you need is a good camera and a computer. You host the course once and sell it on Evergreen afterwards. Crowdfunding allows creators to be directly paid by fans to do what they love. The most well-known platform would be Patreon, allowing you to set up different tiers or payment levels with specific rewards and be paid on a monthly basis by their fans. Another alternative for one-time tips is Ko-fi, which saves you from the monthly reward production. Although there's the gold feature where you can still set up a monthly subscription as well as other features such as commissions and an online store. Now we're going more into the influencer market, and you'll need to have a bigger established audience, but it can be worth mentioning depending on your goals. Here we're actually talking about brands which will ask you to showcase their products to your audience. The benefits can range from you get a free sample of the product and you should review it, or you can get paid to produce a specific post about the product, or you can host a giveaway where your audience can win a product by the brand. In our industry, I've often seen giveaways for tablets, like graphic tablets or artist supplies. On the other hand, affiliation is basically you getting a link or a discount code which you can share with your followers, and whenever they buy from that specific website or brand, they will get a specific percentage off and you get some money in return. And behold, for the good news, there are still lots of other opportunities in the art industry. As I haven't tried them out, I won't go into detail, but know that they exist and that they are mostly all related to illustration. You can have some in the fashion industry, you can have tattoos, you can have animation, game design. So there are still lots of other opportunities that you can look into. And for all of the opportunities that I mentioned in detail now in this video, the best thing is that you don't necessarily need any studies or qualifications to make them work. Now, of course, art school can be useful and fast-track your career, but it is not necessarily required as long as you put in the work, have the quality and a specific universe that is unique to you. Also, it might be a good idea to diversify your income streams. There will be some who are quite easy to set up but don't necessarily bring in much money, like Tapas webcomic ads. And there are others which bring in lots of money, but they will require more time to get to them, like bigger commercial commissions. In my case, my income streams over the last 3 years have been mainly workshops, online teaching, illustrations and goodies and manga publishing for conventions and online shop, and commissions. But ultimately, we all have our own preferences and strengths, so I highly encourage you to see for yourself what works and what doesn't. Now in the next videos, we'll dive more in depth into different of those income streams so that you can really see how can you get started, what are the opportunities that you can grasp within those specific industries. So if you're interested and you haven't done so yet, please hit the notification bell and subscribe for new videos every Tuesday to help you grow your little art biz. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried out some of those opportunities? Which ones sound interesting to you? If you like this video, please leave a like and join us in the comment section so that we can all inspire and get inspired by each other. And I'll catch you next week for a new video, so see you soon!